Alright, so in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make a beat. There's going to be no edits, no cuts. It's just going to be the full beat cookup. Going for like a kind of like dark Westside Gunn type of vibe. And before we start this up, if you want to support the channel, I'm going to leave a buy me a coffee link down below. Donation based, you know, whatever you feel free. If I've been helping you out with my videos, donations would be much appreciated. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So I have some samples loaded up. I do have, let's start with the drums. I usually like starting with the drums. So I'm going to go to the sample edit right here. So shout out to Tay Side. This is actually a drum break from him. Usually if I go to Tay Side, it's for his samples. Definitely check out his samples too. I'll leave this down below in the description. It's got, it comes with samples and drums, but I was listening to this yesterday. I was like, yeah, these drums are dope. I want to chop these up and use them. But this is a drum, the drum break right here. So I want to just chop some of these drums up. So I'm gonna hit chop. And let's start chopping it up. So I like that. Let's mess with these chops. So look at that. Let's edit this right here. Even right here, like this is kind of an empty space, but still like I kind of like editing it. That is always the tedious part, but this is how I prefer the chop. I know there's probably other, I know there's the regional chop and all that. I'm just so used to this that I'm just stubborn and I stick to my ways. Maybe one day I'll change to the regional chop, but this is how I do it. Yo, one thing, if you guys got the MPC Live III, the one thing that I'm noticing that I still don't like, and it might just be my MPC, is that these Q knobs just feel kind of delayed. Like when I scroll like this, they just feel a little delayed on my end. It could just be me and in my head, but that's why I kind of notice with mine. So let's see. Okay, I like that. So I'm gonna do shift, hit convert, and let's go here. I'm gonna bring these down. Make sure this is on full level. So let's hear what it sounds like. And I really just wanted to chop it up like this. I'm probably gonna, I like the rhythm of this and the swing. So I'm probably not gonna change the pattern up much, but I like chopping up my samples just so I can get control the BPM, especially when I go to edit and then change the semitones. But I like this. It's just grimy. So let's record something to that. So I'm gonna do, let's do like 74, and then I'm just gonna play it to see. Yeah, 2 bars will be good. So I'm gonna hit record, play start. That was way off, but that's okay. That's why we got the arrangement. Let's see how this sounds. So I'm gonna bring this, where is it? I'm gonna bring this over. Actually, let's just redo that. I'm just gonna undo all that. Let's record it again. I am not the greatest finger drummer. Like, you know, like I do the best I can. So let's do it again. There's no edits, no cuts. So I'm gonna show you my full process. I'm definitely not perfect, but let's record that again. Still a little off, but that's fine. So let's just highlight them. So I probably could have done this. I'm gonna select all. I'm gonna do a time correction, and let's do 1/8. Let's hit do it. There we go. That sounds better. All right, so I like that. So let's go to the sample that I'm gonna be using. So I'm gonna go to sample edit, scroll, and I'm gonna do this. So there's the sample that I'm gonna be using. Let's go to trim. Let me actually pitch it up before I play it. So this is it right here. A little preview. Just a little preview. Some like kind of ambient, dark piano again. Probably like this is the perfect kind of vibe for that Griselda type of beat if you're trying to go for that, which I am today. So let's chop this up a little bit. So go here. I'm gonna zoom this in. So pretty much how I want to chop this up is like as soon as it hits the notes right here, like progression wise. So like this will be a chop right here. I'll show you right here. That's going to be a chop. So it has some breathing room right here. So that right there. And I actually just these are all the same right here, so I'm waiting for like a little progression change. That's fine, we can still use that. I think this part has more. Yeah. So this right here has a little change up. So let's see how this sounds. This one's a little delayed. I like how these sound. It's not a lot of notes in this, but like I feel like the simpler the better sometimes. So there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm gonna hit shift, convert, hit do it. And let's hear how this sounds. And I'm gonna go to edit and bring this down. Let's hear how this sounds with the beat. This part I actually want to edit and maybe play a little, maybe give it a little bit more breathing room before it starts playing. Actually, I'm going to bring that back. So I just want to mess with this part right here. I might even slow this down even more. So I'm gonna bring, this part I'm actually gonna bring up a little bit. then I might do like a this part right, like I honestly just might use these two chops right here. I don't want to make it too complex again, like especially I was in the studio the other day and like I didn't make a beat. It was actually a Tay Side beat with one of his samples. But like the beat was so simple, but like how the rapper wrote on it and record it, like he could do his own thing. He can structure his own song however he wants it. And it didn't have like any verse or hook or anything. It was just him, just straight bars, just like rapping. You know what I mean? And I think with this type of beat, I just want it to be straight rapping. You know what I mean? And then maybe with the arrangement, I might simplify it a little bit more. But yeah, that's just a little thought. Like sometimes the beat doesn't need to be too crazy, especially if someone's trying to rap over it. So honestly, I'm probably just gonna use these two parts right here. And what I actually want to do too before that, I want to put some effects on this. So I'm gonna go to mixer. I'm gonna go to effects. And I'm gonna go to harmonic. I'm gonna use the Air Flavor Pro for this. I'm just gonna go through some presets. I want to give it a little bit more grit and texture. This automatically gives it some texture. Let's go through some other ones. I like that one already though. I do want to mess with the vinyl. I'm going to turn the noise down a little bit. I like how that sounds. The next thing I want to do is actually add some high end back into the sample. So I'm going to go to EQ filter. I'm going to go to enhancer. I'm just going to add some more high end. Or honestly, I might just go... I'm going to exit this. I'm actually going to use the visual EQ. Honestly, this is the first time I'm using it. I haven't used it. But all I want to really do is go to the high shelf. So I'm going to go to the dB right here. I'm going to add a little bit of gain. Maybe not 9. Let's do like around 4. And then I'm going to bring this EQ band over there. So you see how it's like lifting some of the high end right here. There you go. Just adding a little bit of high end back. So I like that. So let's record this part in. might edit. Something sounding that a little bit off to me, and I think it's where the sample is starting. It's almost too fast. So let me mess with the semitones even more. Kind of doing adjustments. This one, I mean, it's not like crazy. Sounds a little bit off, but it adds a little bit of swing too. It's not bothering me too much, but at the same time, I want it to still have that rhythm. Cut that out. So let's see. Let's go with this. That's not bad. So the next thing I want to add is the bass. So I'm going to go to new track and I'm going to go to plugin and I want to choose, I'm going to choose bassline for this one. I just want like a simple sub bass, not too crazy for this beat. So I'm going to hit this right here. I'm going to bring down the octave. So I'm going to turn this amp attack down. I just want something soft. Sounds good. I might bring the volume up. Let's go to edit, mixer. Might just bring this up. And for this, for the bass line for this beat, it seems like it's just like a stab for this, like just one, nothing like crazy. So let's hear what we can find. I'm actually gonna go to main, go here. Okay, so it's on C, chromatic. So let's see what note that we could find. Seems like that's hitting the G right here. There we go. Yeah. That's all I want to do for this part is just nothing crazy. It's just following there's already some bass in the sample. I'm just adding more bass in it. So let's record this part. Did add another part right here, so I'm gonna select this. Let me go up. Let me select this part. I'm gonna edit the end. I'm gonna actually change the time correction. I'm gonna change it to 1/16. There we go. I might even go up a little bit more. This is pretty much just, I'm doing that because it's editing the end part, and the only thing I really want to edit is the end. So let's hear what this sounds like. You know what? I kind of like. Okay, let's see what this sounds like. I think I might mess with the velocity right here. So I'm gonna go right here, and then I'm just gonna use this pencil. I'm just gonna change the velocity because I don't want it hitting too hard at this part. So I like how that sounds. It's just like real simple type, like rap type beat, freestyle. You know, nothing crazy. Again, at least for this beat. Sometimes my beats are crazy, sometimes they're not. But I just, one thing I want to do, I'm gonna go to this drum track, and I'm gonna go to the pad mute, and I just want to mess around with the pads on here, the mutes, because I just want to get an idea of what it's gonna be arranged wise. So, for the arrangement on here, I just want to get an idea. I'm just gonna mess with the ideas I find. So let's even. So for this, like, I'm getting ideas. Like, usually I just cut all the drums out. Like, usually I go to track mute and I'll do something like, which is cool. I'm probably gonna do that, but I think what I'm gonna do is even go to the pad mute and cut specific pads out. Like, I might even just cut the kicks out or something. You know, scan ideas, or cut the snares. But yeah, let me know if you guys want to see how I arrange my beats. I actually been arranging more of my beats on the MPC Live instead of Ableton, and soon you guys will know why I'm doing that. I'm adding a little piece of gear. You guys probably already know if you watch my post, but I'm adding a piece of gear, and I think it makes more sense to do arrangement in here, other than on Ableton, specifically because of the effects I'm going to be putting on it. But yeah, let me know if you guys like this beat. Let me know if this helped. Again, this one was, I feel like this one wasn't as, the flow with this beat, I was going back and forth trying to find the sound and stuff, you know. That I just, again, with these videos, I just want to give you guys the full beat video. Like, it's all raw, there's no edits. Like, it's not perfect, but if it helps you guys, you know, that's my goal. But again, if you want to support the channel, check out that buy me a coffee link. Donations are much appreciated. I said this in my last video too. Feel free to hit me up on Instagram if you guys just want to say like, hey, what's up, or ask me questions. You know, it's the best direct way to get in contact with me. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.